Hello? Can you hear me? Alright, perfect. Welcome to the brand new reopening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm, Seth, the current manager, pulling all this together. You remember, we talked when you signed up for this, yes? Alright. I'm guessing you found your way over to the little office next to the backstage? Sorry if it's a little bare, and we really didn't have much time to furnish it yet. I think it's cozy enough. Just make sure you lock the door when you came, alright? Also, I will just say this off the bat, but you can forget any of those theories you may have heard about this place being cursed. Ghost stories are fun and all, but you really aren't in that sort of danger. So, the best place to start before you begin protecting this place is knowing how to protect yourself, which is simple. Somewhat. You see, aside from your door, you may have noticed there are two vents in the office connecting you to the employee lounge and the power room. If anyone were to try to come through those, there are mechanical doors on both that you can easily close from your camera panel. The problem is, we accidentally bought the wrong door models, which weren't quite designed to work with our power systems, so keeping either door closed will drain the building's power. And obviously you wouldn't want a blackout. The generator in the back room is always turned on and producing energy, but it only produces as much as the building naturally consumes. The solution we found is that if you need to recharge the building's energy, you can temporarily cut off the power to certain rooms, which will allow the systems to save up more power. I should note that cutting off the power to any of the rooms will also disable parts of the ventilation systems, so you might not want to keep too many rooms' powers off at once, as you might get lightheaded. But I won't worry about it too much. You know, there's actually this little story that happened earlier today. One of our technicians, I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but he got sort of dazed while doing some robotics tests. And he said that he began seeing double, and that he saw two Fredbears at the same time. He couldn't tell which was the real one at first, but someone was playing with the power, so the lights went off, and funny thing is, Fredbear's eyes are set to glow in the dark. It helps the robot keep itself oriented, and he was able to tell which was the real one based on which one's eyes began to glow. Oh, and while we're talking about the Big Bear himself, we've noticed that while he's not in maintenance mode, he sometimes just wanders around the place freely. It's a holdover in the programming from one of the previous establishments. Sometimes he will even try to enter into the kitchen, but having a jerky animatronic around stacks of plates, and knives, and stoves isn't quite the best idea. So if you notice him going into the kitchen, there's a button on your panel labeled Protocol Signal, and pressing it forces him to get out of that general area. Please do try to ensure he doesn't damage anything. I think that about does it. I mean, at least for tonight. I'll call you back tomorrow, we can pick this up again. You shouldn't have to worry about any of the other ones until then. Well, have a good night in there. Hey, there. Ah, hi. How was your first shift? You doing good? Progress here during the day has been a little slow, so nice to hear someone's getting things done. So, alright. So it might be important to know what the most important things to guard are, just to know what to keep a closer eye on. Obviously, the highest priority are the animatronics, but there's also... Oh! I forgot to tell you last night, didn't I? Yeah, Fredbear's not the only animatronic we were able to scoop up from the restaurant. Sadly, the more famous ones like Chico or Foxy were far too dangerous to be able to be used in here. But there were two hidden in the back rooms. One of them was just an early version of Bonnie the Bunny that seemed to just barely function. But there was also a dog one. I think his name was Sparky. Yeah, that was it. You know, I used to go to Freddy's a lot when I was a boy, and everyone I talked to there thought that he wasn't a real character, that he was just made up. But no, we found him. I know I told you it was important to keep the animatronics out of the kitchen, but everyone was in a really big hurry today, so our technicians ended up just leaving him in the kitchen. But it shouldn't be a big deal, I'm pretty sure he shut off. Sorry if I sound snappy, I'm just really tired from all the work going on. I'm okay, I promise. Anyway, I gotta go now, so talk to you tomorrow. Good night.